each one of the 12 kids got 12 kids, and each one of those 12 kids got 12 kids, and they all branch off into different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And set up camp. This is what happens with us.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead. I'm with you.
Right. So the vibrational frequency of Earth moves us where we need to be in order to clean up all human errors that was accumulated over the 6,000 year cycle. The only way to exit the cycle is to tell the people what's being cleaned up.
The blood.
Right. So they needed a certain amount of blood, and they was allowed to shed a certain amount of blood to get it.
I'm seeing what you're saying. Go ahead.
Okay, so now go to Imitation of Life.
Is it in that photo you sent me?
It's the girl. It's a movie. It's a movie poster.
Okay, all right. I got you right here.
Her, right there. You see what this say? She say, "I want to be white, like I look.
Oh, show me looking at the well.
Live a white girl's life." You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the name of the movie is Imitation of Life. One of the best movies you'll watch. Gonna have it's a tearjerker. Okay. Now, I need you to go to the picture right before this to see what the girl looked like. The other way. Right there. Now blow that up. This is the characters that's playing the girl that's passing on the right, and that's supposed to be her mama on the left. Right? So she used to humiliate her mama by telling people her mama was her nanny. And she wanted to be white so bad that she almost missed her mama's funeral, trying to go and dance with the dancing girls on the stage as a Caucasian. Right? Now, the $1 million question we about to come to. So Abraham Lincoln so-called emancipated the slaves, right? And we know that there was generations of rape and molestation on those POW camps that they now call slave quarters. And we know that a sizable portion of them looked like her when they left the plantation. And we also know that people that looked like her had carte blanche to get into the institutions that was blocked from her mother getting into. Because they assumed that she's from the same ethnic stock, a so-called white person. She passed the brown paper bag test. Right? Light, bright, damn near white, remember?
Yeah, right.
Okay, now, go to Nature Knows No Color line, just the other way, on J.A. Rogers.
Nature Knows No Color line.
Right there. Now, this is the book I'm referencing now. In this book, he's talking about if the being is not a natural being, they can't amalgamate with us. We can't produce an offspring unless there's a certain amount of our genetic compatibility. And so he goes into a record of so-called interracial relationships in the offspring. And he tells you that nature don't recognize black people and white people, what we call the color code of a modern American caste system. Now, remember, in Superman the Man, he said that they were both of them was arguing a point with references, and the people that look like us, we couldn't tolerate the people that look like them, and the people that look like them couldn't tolerate the people that look like us. So, what is the only balance in the scenario? Mutual respect comes from a discussion of a topic from two different angles, from two different competent viewpoints. So nature knows no color line, and I think that's Queen Sophia on the cover. It looked like to me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like King George III's wife.
Right, because now King George II, King George III was instrumental in the what we call the European onslaught of the Americas. Once they got us to make the Paris Accord, that's when they slid in with the legal maneuvers. Because the Paris Accord ceasefire agreement was to stop the treaty companies from fighting each other. I mean, the trading companies from fighting each other and work together.
Yeah, the British Indian Company. That was one of them.
Right. So what they merged together to form the United States of America was something called the Virginia Company and the Northwest Trading Companies. Both was early American slave traders, fur traders, tobacco traders, plantation sugar traders, all that. They was trading all that. Now they came over here and mass killed off the buffalo and brought us a bunch of cows. And why would they do that?
Yeah, go ahead. It's heavy.
They killed off almost all of the elk and almost all of the moose. And they don't even tell y'all that it used to be elephants over here. Right? You got to go dig that up on your own. And then they try to make it, when you do dig it up, they try to give you the idea that the elephant, the American elephant, which was different from the African and the Asian elephant, they try to give you the impression that they only existed over here some 50, 60,000 years ago and been gone.
Yeah.
But we had birds over here that was fucking beautiful and huge, and they killed them all off. Because we used to use the feathers for ceremonial purposes, and we had learned how to harness the light energy through the crystalline style feathers that they had that had a fluorescent glow. Right? So they wanted to try to stop us from using anything that because we use implements to harness power, right? Now, remember, they looking for one drop of blood to clean up the genetic defect so they can have the right to ascend. The side effect is Brazilianization, right? Now, I sent you a couple pages from Baba on neutrinoids and the Time magazine covers. We're going to just go back to the beginning and we're going to go over them one at a time.
All right, there you go. Go back. Oh, yeah. You want to go with Baba documents first? The man from Planet Reeds?
Okay, let's pull this one up first.
Now, I don't know if we're going to be
able to read it.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Okay, go back, because it was something I had you, I was having you pull up earlier. I just seen the other way.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. If you're in the building, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Oh, yeah.
What you find? Right there.
Oh, yeah. Let's load it up.
So in here, you can see the context in which the term Brazilianization is used.
Oh, shit. I see where it's highlighted at, but you barely can see it. But you can see at the top right there, though. It's blurred out. It's like
because if they don't know, they'll think I made the term up. This is a page in the book.
Matter of fact, we can look it up. I mean, shit, look like it's. Oh, let's try something real quick. Let's see if they. Nation. I guess how you spell it. I might can pull up the. This might be on the one you were looking for. So they got it highlighted in this. They're talking about it in this too, though. I'm trying to see if they got it highlighted somewhere.
Yeah, it is talking about a Jennifer Lopez movie.
Oh yeah. Brazilianization of the world. J-Lo still putting out movies.
Okay, so
no,
the reason why we brought up the Brazilianization in the neutrinoid is because this is what we have done to clean up the genetic spill that caused us to be trapped in this light lock for 6,000 years. So we got 6,000 years to clean the genetics up by sharing the blood of the royal families of the earth so that these people have a right to move from third dimension to higher dimensions because they was trapped because they couldn't raise the sacred secretion.
Just like that.
So it kept them in what's called the perpetual infinity loop. They was always reincarnating on third dimension Earth. Hey. And this is why they have certain quirks to their character. Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, insane and crazy. Right? Because they don't have the right to a sin, it causes the breakdown in the personality. But when they get that one drop of blood, then you get a Keanu Reeves who's telling his whole story in his career as an actor. Mm-hmm. Right? Matrix, John Wick. And John Wick, he actually go to meet in Leo. You ain't know that, did you?
No.
So it's this part two. It's with him and Halle Berry.
Yeah, I seen it. I think I seen it.
Right. Remember when they gave him directions how to get there, right? Mm-hmm. They gave him a specific starting place and told him to go east following the dog star.
Oh, yeah. See, now I'm about to go back and watch that movie again now.
And then he said, listen, he said, and go far as you can. And when you can't go no further, that's called the end of the earth.
Oh, shit.
So he sent them to the end of the earth to meet the high table. When he get into the high table, look at that guy that's playing the high table because he's speaking for the gods.
Okay, I got you.
All right, now, he's telling John Wick what he has to do in order to not get murdered from the orders of the high table. Uh-huh. Right? Uh-huh. And then he absolved him of his sins, and he went to sacrifice that which he loved, which was his wife's memory in his wedding ring. Mm-hmm. So he chopped off his wedding finger.
I'm about to go watch that movie again, man.
He's sitting there talking to Enlil. Now, look, when you get a look at the character that's playing the part, right? Uh-huh. Go to YouTube. Betrayer appears in Africa. It's the same motherfucker.
What?
So he came back as Maitreya because before he left this motherfucker, he had to make a public appearance. Because they got to pass power to Loki. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right? The stepson of Zeus. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, who is his mama? The Ice Princess, right?
Hey.
The Ice Queen. And the old man, was it Zeus, took her for his wife and put Thor in position as the heir, but the rightful heir was always Loki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
They call Loki a trickster.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the real reason they call him a trickster is not because because he played tricks on people. Mm-hmm. They call him a trickster because they couldn't trick him. Mm-hmm. He's seen through all their deception. Mm-hmm. So they call him a trickster as a mockery. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Because they can't trick him. Mm-hmm. He see through their bullshit. Mm-hmm. Right? Uh-huh. So now, Inky children, Anu children, and Enlil children gotta go. Mm-hmm. Anu children didn't cause an upset to the balance of the natural order of the earth. So all they gotta do is leave. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Inky children aren't the cause of the imbalance in the earth. Some of them are earthborn spirits of the earth, and they can't leave. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But the ones that's Anunnaki, born on earth, they can go now. Mm-hmm. 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 Right? And Enlil children fucked up the balance. None of the motherfuckers can't stay except for the ones that's earthborn. Mm-hmm. So now, if you look up loyalists, since we got the thing up, loyalists. These was Enlil children of the earthborn that took sides with the people of the earth. You see under the crest right there on the right?
Oh shit. Edge buddy, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, You just gave me a whole nother connection now.
Right.
Oh,
the
shit.
loyalist was Indian kids that was born to earthbound women with ties to the loyalties to their mitochondrial connection to the earth. They called the loyalists.
What?
Right. So that they undercover fighting against their fatherland to put their motherland back in her proper place.
This dude dressed in Scottish attire. So like, all right, so let me put this together. Because I know that Great Britain was ran by Moors. They show us all these white guys. This King George right here, they're showing us. Try to show him as a white guy, right? But we know that he wasn't.
Yeah, King George is about your complexion.
Yeah. He was a loyalist too, huh? King George.
No, King George wasn't.
Okay, all right. But these guys here with the red hair and the green eyes, they are they coming from that Irish side.
Those are the Scots.
Yeah, the Scots. So yeah, the Scots with the
now, right now you talking because the Scots trace back to Scotta, who was the princess of the royal court of Egypt, who went to settle her own land, and she took with her her twin sister Scotia. They're not really twins. They just said they were.
Oh shit, man! Look, they talk about that in this book right here. I scammed through it. This book right here.
Yep.
This book and it's another book. Oh man.
Okay, so they set up
read this shit again now.
Yep. So they set up two spiritual practices. One in Ireland, where the Egyptian priests wore snake bands. Yep.
That book right there talk about it. What you saying right there?
Yeah.
Was in the British Isles. They talk about Scotia, all that, leaving. Man, oh shit! I'm about to go back and read this book again. I just scanned through it, but I'm gonna go back and really thoroughly read it now that you said that. And about the
right. So now, Scotia was a what they call a red child, a fire child, because she was born with fire red hair and a piebald suntan. And her sister Scotta was called Europe's redhead stepchild. They give a loose depiction of them in the story of the Boleyn sisters. Yep. Those are they not Caucasian.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Right. Those are Scots. Scots are Egyptians with light skin from a defect that they got from the Anunnaki lineage that they come from. A different group of star people. Right? Now, notice that these are Scots, who's mostly gingers. Then you have the Irish, which is a combination of genders and brunettes. So when you seeing this, you seeing the different clans that was mixed in at different times. Right? All of this. Now, when you look at them, look, Caucasoid men, look at the locations in which they coming from.
Afghanistan, Pakistan, South India, North Africa, Egypt, Italian. Yep. Okay, all right. British.
Okay. Now, we know from Ivan van Sertima's African presence in early Europe that the island of Crete was a Greek island that was civilized by Egyptian priests. And we also know that Latin was penned by Etruscans as they settled Cordoba and Barcelona, or what we call the Spanish Empire.
Okay.
Now, these Etruscans that wrote and penned Latin were what we call blackamoors. Right? But when you see modern depictions, they paint them as pale skins. Right? That's telling us the mirror flip of who behind it, if you can recognize the face without paying attention to the color. Right? So you got to see past the color and look at the facial expressions and the facial features. Then you got to look at the signs and symbols that the picture hold with it. It's like you got to learn to read tarot first. Right? So once you realize that if you look up Moorish jewelry, you'll see the jewelry that was being worn by by different tribes, and they had the picture of the royal family member that they was loyal to. They would put his pin on their lapel, so when they out in public, they knew who they were. Click that where you at.
Which one you want me to go on? Oh, the black and
It don't
more?
matter. There now. See that? Click that. Blow that up. Let people see what that is.
All right, hold on. Let me save it enough. Oh yeah, baby. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We in the building with the brother legendary Rod Haynes, man. You got to get in the building with us.
So now this is getting back to Yakub and getting back to the Jews. This is where we going with this now. We're going back to Yakub, and Yakub